Okay.
But, I mean, my comedy, I mean, like, to give you an idea, just real-life experiences. I mean, last week I had so much trouble on the Internet. I had my identity taken away, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, the crooks gave it back to me. You get the idea. So my comedy is a little off the wall, and I talk a lot of stories about working for the mob, like giving a massage to a woman that lived in Tijuana in the middle of a field in a cardboard box about the size of a room. Now, it gets bizarre from here.
Okay.
I don't know if your audience is ready for this.
Oh, go ahead.
Whatever you want me to go for.
Go ahead. Why not?
Okay. So anyways, here I am carrying this little pink massage table, and I was knocking on the door only to find out that there wasn't any door. I mean, this is a cardboard box, for God's sakes, and she only had a dirt floor, and on the outside there was dirt, but she wanted me to wipe my feet off. And I'm looking at her like, really? You want me to wipe my feet off? I mean, it's dirty out here, and you have dirt on the inside. I was saying this to myself. I didn't want to be rude. And I asked her, okay, I'll go in. I set up my massage table, but I was wondering, how does she live? I mean, she had no toilet, no bathroom there. It was all like a dark room with no windows. It just had like a tire at the corner of this room, like the size of a truck tire. On top of the truck tire was a piece of plywood and a clean sheet. And there were some candles that she lit and some incense to make it smell a little bit better. So here I am giving her massage inside this little cardboard box, and I noticed that there were all these blood stains on the cardboard wall.
Uh-oh.
Next to me, behind me. Yeah, it scared me.
Any holes in the cardboard?
Huh?
Any holes in the cardboard?
No car. It was a dirt floor. I mean, it's kind of like you asked the question, is inside dirt cleaner than outside dirt? I mean,
I don't think so.
This had no ending. It was the weirdest massage. I mean, one of the weirdest massages. And as I was getting ready to pack up my massage table, I didn't want to get it dirty at all. And she took out some alcohol and some clean tissues and helped me wipe it down. And I just said, well, I'm thankful for being here and to give you a massage. And she goes, well, thank you, too, for coming here. And I said, where did you get those blood stains? And she goes, I don't know. It came with the house. I didn't want to push the question, but it was real strange. I'm just glad I didn't become part of those blood stains.
but why?
But it got weirder.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, were you doing massages with mafia bosses' wives and stuff like that? Weren't you ever scared that, maybe one of them might like you and all of a sudden, and then you could be out in the desert or anything like that?
I had one time a hitman that chased me around from at La Costa Resort. I don't even know if he's still alive today, but it scared the hell out of me, yes. But this guy asked me to go for a ride with him a few times. And I said, no, thank you. His name was Chucky. I said, no, thanks, Chuck. I go, I appreciate it, but I don't like to take long drives in the desert with people that have guns. It's just something about that scares the hell out of me.
Or a baseball bat in their trunk.
Or a baseball bat, yeah. I mean, he had two people in the earlier days when I first met him. He had 3 attempts on my life. One, he came into a bar with 2 of his thugs, and they had baseball bats or wooden sticks, and they came up to me. We were outside in the back parking lot. My friend pulled out his gun. Thank God he had a gun. And he helped me get out of that situation. And then there was another time. This was near the La Casa Resort and Spa on El Camino Real, which is a road near Encinitas and the spa. But here I am driving my little car down the street, and this man or a truck comes towards me. He doesn't hit my car too hard, but he hits it enough to pull my car into like a ravine that's maybe about 3 or 4 feet into the earth.
Oh, wow.
And then he takes off. And stuff like this that he did scared the hell out of me. Then he started to follow me around when I did my dance jobs from California to Vegas. And I would see him, like when I was over at the Hop. It's a place to dance off of Tropicana in Vegas, and I would see him everywhere I would go. Finally, things escalated down. I always prayed for these people. I know that sounds weird, but I pray for people for our enemies, per se. And through that experience, sometimes it takes years to kind of get rid of the bad energy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, or till you die, whichever comes first.
Exactly. Hopefully you won't die. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been always scared about the mob there. I can't remember the movie, but they took the 2 guys out in the desert, and they had to dig their own grave. And they Goodfellas? That could have been it. And the one guy owned a casino or managed a casino or whatever it was for the mob. But these 2 guys, they got beaten to death with a baseball bat. And then,
it's scary.
Well, they didn't kill them. They beat them almost till they were dead, and then they buried him alive.
I know. I mean, it's a horror story what people do to each other in that sense. It's scarier than hell, yes. I shouldn't say it's scarier than hell, but it's scary.
Yeah, like my mistake, well, it wasn't a mistake, when I went to that one place to Reno, on that free trip, and, I won a whole bunch of money. They made sure I lost it all. And, I got greedy, and I'll be honest with you, I was down to like maybe $5. And I went down in the basement and started playing the penny machines. And then the floor manager comes up and he goes, "Do you want that plane ride home?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You can't be down here." But yeah,
really?
Yeah, well, and so I had to go up there and figure out how to stall another hour or so before the plane flight, it looked like I was having money, but I only had $5 left in my name. And I think I started out with 1,000, and I won a whole bunch and then lost everything.
But you would have won if they would have paid you back.
Yeah. Who's going to argue? Who's going to argue? Well, I'm not going to argue.
I'm not. Yeah, you can't win. Your life could be at stake.
Yeah. I don't know if the mob's involved with anything in Vegas anymore. I have no idea. I have no desire to even gamble, so I don't have that.
Well, it's worse. The corporations are involved now. They're a lot more cutthroat.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least I don't think they take you out to the desert. They might sue you or whatever.
No. I mean, there's a lot of... I lived in Vegas in 1992, on and off, throughout my life in short times, just kind of going there and coming back here and back and forth to California, and then back to Vegas again. And back then, there might have been a little bit of mob, but there's more mob, it seems, where I live in this area. I mean, there's always people in some way that are connected, though, and some not as much as it was before, but it seems like in some other way.
Yeah. Well, you got to be careful. Don't go to a loan shark and borrow money knowing that you can't pay it back. Because, I mean, unless you don't want your toes or your hands or your legs or your penis, one of the three.
Exactly. I mean, I was... one time I borrowed $25 from my dad, and he sent 2 hitmen after me. I mean, life could get pretty hard, I tell you.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, I mean, you talk about loan sharks. You don't even know people. That's very cutthroat at that time. In the olden days, it was very cutthroat. Nowadays, I don't know what people do.
Yeah, I can tell you where the loan sharks is. You go to a payday loan.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
a legal way to get fleeced. So you mentioned a priest. What did you used to do with a priest?
Well, I have this one friend. His name is Father Michael Sherbert. Kind of spelled like the ice cream, but he's not an ice cream cone. My background is Catholic, and I'm kind of like an ordained, non-denominational ordained minister as well. But this one priest that I'm talking about is, I can't pronounce Greek Orthodox. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That term? Okay, yeah, he's a Greek Orthodox priest, and he was a bishop in his church. He's retired now, but what he does is people call him on checking different paranormal cases. Such things like if people are possessed, or maybe they have a spirit in their house, bad energy, something evil. And what I learned from him when I worked with him, he was saying that most people that deal with an exorcism, very, very little get cured or helped. You know, sometimes they die with what they have. He was saying like out of 100%, probably 5% survive, and that seems like a low number to me.
Very low. Now, were you ever around when he was doing one? Just out of curiosity, what was it?
Yes.
What would he do, and how long would it take, and what's all involved?
Okay. Well, first of all, he would assess it with a demonologist, a psychologist. He would have a team. I would be on the team as a psychic medium, and I would generally tell him what I feel. And then there's people that would do research on what's going on within the property. You know, is there any type of occult or maybe devil worship thing that was going on here in the past? So they would check all this out, and then they would find out if this person is crazy or is he really possessed, you know. From that point, just say the person is possessed. Then that takes just a matter of a lot of prayers, a lot of work. It's not an easy thing. I was on the outside remotely by phone. He was at the location in person.
Oh, wow.
So as far as what was going on, we didn't feel like the devil was there per se. Not like a real bad case in this particular one. But we did feel evil presence around, and it probably took them on and off, I would say, about a year to get rid of one. To get rid of the spirit.
Not like what you see on TV where they do it like in 1 day or 2 days, huh?
Exactly, yeah. No, sometime it could be a lifetime. I had people that I've seen before that were possessed that dumped gasoline over their body in a car and then took a match and lit themselves on fire.
Oh, wow. that's not a good way to go, I'll tell you
No,
that.
no, not at all, no. Not to laugh at it, but I mean, it's just too